Good afternoon, everyone. It's time to shell some corn. We cut that 40 acres of beans yesterday. Don't really have any other beans that are ready, so we're gonna shell off some in-rows here right around the shop. Dad's moving the semi. I'm gonna back out his combine, hook it onto the corn head over there, and then we'll get started. Okay, as you can see here, we're pulling up to the corn head. It's on the header trailer. Get it hooked up. It's basically the same principle as hooking up the bean heads, which you guys saw in the previous video. Well, we're rolling for 2022 corn harvest. Just got started, got one round off on the first in-row there. Going down for the third pass. Not doing too bad. Still a little green out there, but we took some to the elevator just off the in-row, said it was doing about 18 and a half, 19. So we'll see. We'll probably go ahead and take all these in-rows off just because we've got nothing better to do. Have my lovely co-pilot with me. So I'm here at the combine clearly, and Jonathan's in the grain cart. We'll probably switch. I'm honestly surprised I'm in the combine. Surprised Dad hadn't taken over. But we'll get this field opened up and then get a few loads into the elevator. Really? What was that? Well, we're here on the north end of the field. Came up the west side, and so we're going along the neighbor's corn here. Doing pretty good. This looks a little drier on this end. This in-row may have been a little wetter, so the corn may not have been as healthy throughout the year. But we've got, not quite a truckload yet. So we'll get it into town, see exactly what it's doing, and then probably do a few more monitor calibrations. That way our bushel and moisture is a bit closer, and then that should be good to go. I'm not sure how much Dad's wanting to do. Knowing him, I want to just keep on going, which I won't complain. But kind of show you what I'm looking at here. Up here is my field view monitor, which is what we explained to you guys in planting. It's keeping track of yield, as well as if we planted two different varieties in the field, it knows where those two varieties are at. It splits those up, and that way we can basically look at those two different varieties, see which one did better. Down here is my main monitor, shows total bushels, yield, moisture, area, engine load, stuff like that. Just the basics. Back there you can see my grain sample. Looks pretty good. So everything's going nicely. Now if y'all remember from the previous video where I was installing the corn head feelers, like the auto row guidance, I don't know if you can see it, but they're on that row right there, the blue things, probably can't see them. As you can see, I'm not touching the steering wheel. and the foot pedal down there is what engages it, and that's just auto guidance. It makes it handy so we can sit there and watch everything, make sure everything's running as it should be, especially when we're unloading on the grain cart, and if we have to get the grain cart extra full if we're on the other end of the field of the trucks. But kind of looking at the ground, the dad's out walking around. Our loss is very minimal, looks like, which is good, and our grain tank is sample is clean, so that's how it should be. We just got the ends off on this field, and then we'll see where dad wants to go from there. Finally getting somewhere. Luke just got back from the elevator with the first load, said that the moisture was 20.3, which isn't too bad. We were expecting it to be about 21, so it's a little bit drier. We hopped over here to the south side of the lane like I figured we would, and I'm gonna open this up and then probably call it a night because it's 3:30 already, and I think the elevator closes at 5. So at least we got a good start, and then we'll see what tomorrow brings, but I will keep you guys up to date. So for you non-farmers out there, you may be wondering what we're talking about when we say, oh, the beans are 13% or the corn's 20%. Well, that is percent moisture of the grain as we take it in the elevator. And dried corn is considered 15%. So if we take it into the elevator and if it's wetter than 15%, they have to dry it down to that. And so they charge us each percent per bushel to dry it down. So they raise their prices. So this year it is 5 cents per percent point per bushel. So if we're taking in 20% corn, they have to dry it down to 15%. That's 25 cents. 5 cents times 5 points per bushel. So that's 25 cents per bushel that they're charging us. So basically that's 25 cents a bushel that we're losing. So that's why we're not getting too gung-ho about the 20% corn. Although, unfortunately, we will just have to keep on going here if we're not doing much by the end of next week, just because we need to make sure we get it all done before the weather turns bad later this fall. So I figured I'd give you guys a little refresher on what that means. So it'd be nice if we had our own grain dryer, but that's pretty expensive. Maybe eventually when we get a nice big bin set up, but we don't have anything like that right now. But I just thought I'd give you guys an idea of what we're talking about when we say, oh, the corn's at 20% or the beans are at 13%. So far, we're loving the new grain cart. It's a 1,100 bushels, and our previous one was 800 bushels. So obviously, get about 300 bushels more. According to the numbers, we can actually get more than that on there if we want to stock it plumb full. But it's really nice. It's got the 4-way spout, so we're able to fill trucks all the way full without having to go back and get a bit more on the cart. We got the big tires on there, so it's nice and flotational. So it's been really, really nice. I know we've only run it 2 days, but Joth and I are basically the sole auto cart operators. We usually switch between that and trucking mostly. We'll hop in the combine every once in a while, but we're really enjoying it so far. Well, Shay and I are going to take in this load right here. The elevator, per usual, is being kind of a pain. They decided to do some, which is nice, some road repairs, but they waited till the second week of September to do it, and so they have some new asphalt down that they got coned off, so it's in front of the outgoing scales and one of the pits, one of the 2 pits. So everyone's going to one pit and everyone has to come back onto the incoming scales to get their empty weight. So we'll see how this goes. Here to the elevator. That is Luke right there. He is empty, but there's a set of wagons there, then 2 trucks in front of me that are full. Like I said, everything's all messed up because we can't get to the outgoing scales because they decided to do their road work as soon as harvest starts. but whatever. So we're having to sit in line extra long, use one scale, so that basically takes double the time. Well, it does, because we're using one scale and one pit. So that's the Stinky Pete part, but I don't know. Hopefully this doesn't take too long, and hopefully they allow us to drive on that new asphalt the next day or two. If not, we got some stuff that we can take to other elevators, so if we need to, we'll just start on that stuff. But get this dumped and go back to the shop. Alrighty, well, I pulled up to the inbound scales. You can see there's new concrete here going to the south pit, and then over there they got it coned off with new asphalt going to the north pit. So everyone's having to go to the south pit, and then we dump in there, and then normally we'd come back around and go on the outgoing scales, get our ticket and go on, but now we got to go in the south pit, dump, and come back around and back onto the incoming scales where we are, circle out left and go back out. So there's my weight, and then they'll say north or south normally, but obviously send me south, and that'll be all for this load. It's been here about 45 minutes, I believe, so yay. But we'll get it dumped and go back to the shop and get some of the stuff put up. Well, got that last load hauled in there. Took about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, which is not good. So just got pulled up here. Gonna get the 2 bean heads over there backed in the shed, because it's probably gonna be another week before we do any more beans. Pull Dad's combine in the shop. Get these trucks in there with the bean heads as well. And you guys can see that front coming in. It's supposed to be a high of like 68 tomorrow, so that'll be amazing. But that's all we got for this evening. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video.